listening to the MMA Brothers Podcast, coming to you from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Your source for UFC news, previews, and post-fight coverage. Hosted by your favorite duo, Daryl and Asher. Let's get it started.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the MMA Brothers Podcast. My name is Daryl.
My name is Asher.
And we're talking UFC Fight Night, Cory Sandhagen versus Marlon Moraes. High voice, Mr. Clean. Let's go. Let's get it cracking. We're talking the main card. This is UFC Fight Island. And Asher will break you through the main card.
Yep. So Marlon Moraes is back. Mr. Clean, he's back. And he's fighting Cory Sandhagen. They both, actually, no. Marlon Moraes did technically beat Jose Aldo, but they didn't count that. And
yeah, because he actually lost. But, yeah.
Cory Sandhagen, he actually lost to Aljamain Sterling, which was crazy because I think he was undefeated in the UFC up until that point. But anyways, guys, what we usually do is we start at the bottom of the main card. And I believe the main card would be starting at Youssef Zalal versus Ilya Topuria. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. But anyways, Topuria. Sorry?
No, it would start. There's only 5 fights in the main card. It would start at Tom Aspinall.
No, whatever. We're going to start there. So anyways, it's a featherweight bout. Undefeated guy versus Zalal, who seems to be Moroccan, if I'm not mistaken, looking at the flag. 10-2 versus 8-0. So the undefeated guy is ranked 22nd at featherweight versus the right guy that's ranked 43rd. So in this fight, I'm obviously going to go with the higher ranked guy that's undefeated as well. I haven't really seen their fighting styles. I don't really know much about either fighter, but I'm just looking at the numbers, and I'm a numbers guy, and I'm picking him.
I don't know much about either of these dudes, to be quite honest with you. This is another one of those cards that's just put together. They're trying to get some notoriety for the fighters, trying to acquaint them. And I'll be glad to see them fight. But I'm going to go with the underdog, as I usually do. So I'm going to go with Youssef Zalal. Any reason, Daryl? No. Just because he's lower ranked, African guy. So I'm going to go with African guy.
Yes, sir. So next, we got Tom Aspinall versus Alan Baudout.
Can you just pronounce his name a little bit faster, dude? Because you sounded like you were just saying some vulgar stuff.
This is a Frenchman. So it says in Japan, I don't know, light heavyweight Japan. I don't know what that's referring to. But I guess he's ranked 6th in Japan as a light heavyweight. But this is a UFC.
Or he's fighting out of Japan, dude.
Or fighting out of Japan, or the other guy's fighting out of worldwide. That doesn't make any sense. You see what I mean? Like how it says heavyweight worldwide. So it's not that. But anyways, they both have similar records, 8-2 versus 8-1, and the Frenchman versus the Britishman. So we got some European violence going over here.
Brit.
Yeah, the Brit, not the Britishman, the Brit. So. Somebody's gonna have to conquer this fight. Will it be the French? Will it be the British? We'll see. But
big boys.
Yeah, there's some big boys are gonna throw down. Somebody's probably gonna get KO'd unless they got slow hands, which some heavyweights do. But yeah, I'm gonna pick Alan. Alan's looking scary looking dude. So that's what I'm going with. Who you got?
I don't know. Got to go with the Brit, man. I don't know. Most of us speak English, so they obviously did their job back in the day. I'm joking. That's terrible. But yeah, I mean, 8-2, 8-1. This is a toss-up either way. It's the heavyweight big boys. Whoever lands first is getting the other one out of there. Sorry that it's such a limited breakdown, guys. These are unknown. I don't want to sit here and lie to you and pretend I know these dudes, but I don't know, man. Croissants taste better than meat pies, so I'm gonna go with the Frenchman.
Yes, sir. So Marcus Perez versus I'm gonna let you pronounce that. I'm not gonna mess that one up.
Dricus du Plessis. Du Plessis.
South African. French. Yeah, he's South African. Versus Brazilian. So yeah, this fight, the South African has an MMA record of 14-2 versus Marcus Perez has an MMA record of 12-3. I have seen Marcus Perez's fights. He is a savage. He's a good fighter. I don't know much about Du Plessis, but
I don't know why your pronunciation is killing me today, bro. I don't
Oh,
know why.
I don't. Yeah, I'm just reading what I see. It's a middleweight bout, and I'm gonna go with Marcus Perez.
I gotta go with Omelette du Fromage. I mean, Dricus Duplessis. Uh, he's got more experience. Not by much, by one more fight. He's a higher ranked fighter out of South Africa. Let's go. Uh, Marcus Perez, never really watched him fight. Dricus, never watched him fight either. Uh, Dricus has more wins, less losses, more experience. Gotta go with Du Fromage, man. I'll go with
Yeah.
Duplessis.
So the 11th fight of the night, we got Ben Ben Rothwell
Oh,
versus
now I know these dudes. Yeah.
Marcin Tybura, right? Marcin
Yes.
Tybura versus Ben
Yes.
Rothwell. Yes, yes. Anyways, Ben Rothwell, this guy has been fighting since he was, he's been fighting for too long. So let's just say that. He KO'd Brendan Schaub, which was one
You
of the
love throwing that in there. You love throwing that in there.
every time Ben Walter was fighting, I got to mention that. So he did KO Brendan Schaub. Brendan Schaub was reaching for some butterflies in the sky when he got KO'd. He makes fun of himself too. From getting KO'd by Ben Rothwell because that nice spinning back elbow rocked Ben and then went in for the kill and then got killed. So it's just a shot. So, anyways, Ben Rothwell, I think he's coming off a win against Ovis St. Preux and Stefan Struve, right? Those are his last two wins, if I'm not mistaken. So Ben Rothwell has been on a roll. He's been in the UFC for many, many years, if not decades. And yeah, Marcin, he's a solid fighter. He's ranked 14th, 19-6. So the record less lost in his record, but Ben has more experience. Marcin is not like the most heavy-handed guy, and Ben does have a lot of power in his hands. So I'm gonna pick Ben because of his power and his submission skills. What you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Ben. I know him more, and I've seen him take a ridiculous amount of beating and then still knock a guy out. So like he's never counted out of a fight. He's seen and fought everyone. The dude has 50 fights, pro fights. And he's won 38 of them. How you can bet against a dude like that, I don't know. He's not Donald Cerrone. Like, don't bet on Donald. But anyway, Ben Rothwell, I know more about him. I'm much more comfortable picking him to win the fight. His stand-up's really good. He's nasty on the ground. He looks like he smells a bit too, so that looks like it plays into his favor. I don't really know much about Marcin. He's the higher-ranked fighter. Don't know how. Never heard his name before, but Ben must have been on a losing skid. Now he's back on winning, a two-fight win streak. So I'm gonna go with Big Ben, and we're gonna go to the co-main event with Edson spinning heel kick chicken leg Kevin Lee Barboza versus Makwan Americani.
Makwan Americani. So it's in Barbosa, 20-9. I think he lost his last fight to Dan Ige, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's who he faced in his last fight at featherweight. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 50K. Anyways, Barbosa used to fight at lightweight for the longest time. Decided, hey, I can't win a belt in this weight class. I'm getting beat up too much. I decided to move down to 145.
Rated. He knows his place.
Yeah, and I thought he was ripped and like couldn't make 145, but he's making it. So I guess he's dieting and he's working out. He's putting a lot of cardio and he's able to make 145. Marwan Amirkhani is a guy that came with a lot of hype. He's 16-4 with his MMA record. And Marwan, he does have good stand up, but he doesn't have the stand up that Edson Barbosa has. So in this one, I'm sure Barbosa is going to be the favorite because Marwan does not have the experience that Barbosa has. So I'm going to pick Barbosa for this one.
Yeah, once again, I haven't really heard much about Marquand. So I know Edson's just got ridiculous stand-up game. His Muay Thai is crazy. His kickboxing is nuts. He's got that traditional like Muay Thai. You know what I mean? He's bouncing on his lead leg. Edson in the stand-up bout, I would give the advantage to him. But he's also a black belt in jiu-jitsu, if I'm not wrong. No.
I think so too. Yeah.
I think Edson's problem is he gets gun shy a bit, and when he's backing up, he's a horrible fight on his back foot fighter. I've noticed that. Like he just can't do it. Like he needs to be the one advancing. Every one of his wins, he's the one advancing. Every single time he gets KO'd, he's backing up. You know what I mean? Like it's just I don't think he's even ever been KO'd moving forward. You know what I'm trying to say? I think he gets a little bit gun shy in his fights, but if I was to bet my money, I'd bet on Edson. But I could get surprised by Makwan because he's ranked higher than Edson, right? So, but Edson is in a new weight class and he's coming off losses at lightweight. So I'm gonna go with Edson Barboza. But we can move on to Marlon High Voice, Mr. Clean Moraes versus Cory Sandhagen. I swear Cory's got some cheesy nickname like the Chosen One or some stupid shit. Well, what's his nickname?
I don't know. But anyways, Cory Sandhagen, he's got a MMA record of 12-2 versus Marlon Moraes with an MMA record of 23-6. Marlon Moraes, this guy, I think was it 2 fights ago, maybe 3 fights ago, he fought for the title against Henry Cejudo. He was doing well in that first round. Then Henry Cejudo just randomly turned it around the second and third rounds. Cory Sandhagen, he lost his last fight, like I said earlier, to Aljo, the Funk Master.
Was it a flying knee or is it a submission?
It was a submission. Like the first round just started, and Sterling just went after him right after the bell, got a takedown, and then choked him out within like a minute or so, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he just got caught cold.
Yeah, and then Moraes is coming off his split decision victory over, I think it was split decision over Aldo. I don't think he's fought since then. But anyways, Marlon Moraes is a beast. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be picking him to win this fight, but Cory Sandhagen, I'm sure, is going to be pissed off from that L that he took against Aljo. He's going to be coming to win this fight. It's number 4 versus number 2. Marlon Moraes, I'm sure he wants to get another title shot again. And you know who's waiting in the wings? Mr. Petr right? Not Peter. Petr.
He's fighting Aljo next, no?
Yeah, he's supposed to be fighting Aljo next. So but I don't think that's been confirmed yet. But you never know with Dana White. Sometimes he says one thing and then he does the other. But both of these guys are obviously going to be screaming for a title shot right after this fight. So whoever wins, good luck to them. But I'm going to be picking Marlon Moraes because I just think he's the more technical and more skilled fighter. Who you got?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Cory. I just think Cory got a raw deal in his last fight. I mean, he just got caught cold. Cory's one of the best fighters in that division. I think Marlon has a very good first round, as he usually does, and then he tapers off. I don't know if it's fatigue. I don't know if he gets gun shy. I don't know what the hell this dude's problem is. So much talent. Dude is always ready to go, but he just can't seem to put it together when it matters. You know what I'm trying to say? So I'm going to go with Cory. Cory's coming off of a loss. Marlon's coming off of a win. Marlon is going to have a point to prove, whatever. But Cory's a phenomenal wrestler, great stand-up fighter. And I just think it's his time. He's the younger fighter, less experienced than Marlon. But let's not count out Cory. Because before this, if Cory would have beaten Aljo, he would have fought for the title next, right? It just so happened that he got caught cold. But I'm going to go with Cory Sandhagen. He's probably going to be the underdog, and always bet on the dogs, baby. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Cory.
Please don't always bet on the dogs. That's not good advice. But yeah, the dogs for a reason.
No. Okay, guys, if you guys haven't been following along, whoever I tell you to bet on, don't bet on them. That I always give that disclaimer. Don't bet. You bet the opposite of what I bet, and that's what I do. I'm like, I think he's gonna win. I'm gonna bet on the other dude. That's literally the way I go. So, thank you for clarifying that, Asher. Don't bet on who I say to bet on. Bet on who I don't say to bet on. Okay, that should be so. Martin Taylor is probably going to win. Makwan's probably going to win. Marlon's probably going to win. So, you just got to know your place in the world. I know my place as being horrible with betting. So,
yes, sir. So that pretty much wraps up this episode. We're going to try and get more guests on the podcast. We're trying to set some things up, and we'll see if they come through at some point in time. But thank you for listening as usual. And we're looking forward to the fights, and the Khabib Gaethje fight is just tick-tocking, clocking, and coming soon. So looking forward to that one. Any last words, Daryl?
Get your merch. That's all I got to say is get your merch. New merch
it up.
Online. We got the link in the bio on Instagram. Like, comment, subscribe. We out.
See ya.
Thanks for listening to the MMA Brothers Podcast. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please give us a follow on our socials. You can check out a description of this episode for more, but don't forget to connect with us on Instagram at MMA Brothers Pod. We'll see you on the next episode.